Hi, I'm Colton with Porsche Center Calgary, and here today with another lovely piece of pre-owned inventory. This one is a 2019 911 Turbo. So what that means in this generation, this is the 991.2 generation of 911. It uses a 3.8 liter twin turbo flat six, making 540 horsepower and 523 pound-feet of torque. Quite the thing. Very quick car. Porsche will be a little bit more conservative, but magazines tested it. I think it was Car and Driver who tested it at 2.6 seconds, 0 to 60, which is pretty mind-bending. And yeah, pretty impressive performance to say the least. Comparing to, it's worth mentioning, comparing to the Turbo S, which a lot of people will look at and say, oh, well, that's the one I need, it's the fastest one. That car's actually only 0.1 of a second faster, 0 to 60 or 0 to 100. So really, day to day, you would never feel that added little bit of performance. And this particular one that we're looking at is black exterior. The wheels are from the Turbo S. They're really striking, of course. Obviously, visually they look great. They are also the center lock wheels, so look super cool, motorsport inspired, and do result in more unsprung weight than, or less unsprung weight than otherwise. So great performance added up there as well. I'll start kind of breaking down the exterior of this car, some of the options that were added, and then we'll move on to the inside. So some stuff outside. Mention the wheels, they're great, hugely worthwhile, I think, to upgrade to those ones in this generation. Headlights are the top level. They are LED with PDLS plus, meaning Porsche dynamic lighting system. So they'll turn with the steering wheel, they'll look further down the road. And the plus means you have the auto high beams as well. So you can leave your high beams on in auto mode. And when it sees a car coming the other way, it'll dip them out of the way so you're not dazzling that oncoming traffic. And makes driving at night great, really good visibility. Around the back of this one, you'll see it's a little more subtle than most. It doesn't have the full model designation. It just says Porsche on the back, and it's painted body color, so even that blends in, makes for a really subtle, just kind of classy look with this car. It's not one that's going to stand out or draw too much attention, but will outperform just about anything out there when asked. A couple of other little things. The mirrors on this one are the sport design mirror. That results in this kind of split spoke at the base of the mirror that is fully painted body color, as opposed to the unpainted plastic one that would have been standard equipment on the car. And then the side intakes, which are characteristic of the Turbo, those big intakes on the side of the car. The Turbos are always wider with those two kind of big holes on the side. Generally, those intakes, they have the, again, matte black unpainted plastic parts. With this one, those were painted body color as well. I always like to see that, maximizing the paint and minimizing the unpainted plastic on the car. So moving on then to the inside, where this one's quite unique as well. The full leather interior is standard on the Turbos, but this one was further upgraded to have the contrast stitch. And this one's in Bordeaux red, which you don't see quite so often. Guards red is more common, but Guards red is quite bright. If you like that, it's great. Definitely adds some nice contrast. The Bordeaux red is a little bit more subtle, so you have that contrast stitch, but it's not kind of, as much in your face if you want to be a little bit more subtle. But then to kind of tie that in further, the Sport Chrono clock, Sport Chrono is standard on the Turbos too. The Sport Chrono clock is also in Bordeaux red, so you have a little bit more of that color inside, so it's not just all all black interior there. You do have a little bit of a splash of color without being kind of too much or being overbearing. I think it's nicely done on this one. Other important stuff in this, you have the heated seats, which were an option in this year, so important to make sure that box is or was ticked when the cars were ordered. As well, you have, should have maybe mentioned on the exterior portion of the video, but the glass opening sunroof. You could either have no sunroof on these cars, the metal roof that opened, or the full glass one. The glass tends to be what people look for on the pre-owned side, so this does have that. You can let a whole lot of light into the cabin, or it does actually physically open up to let the air inside as well. Some other important features, entry and drive is here, so you just touch the door handle to unlock. You don't have to take your keys out of your pocket, and you don't have to insert them into the dash, which you would have had to do in this year if that option wasn't equipped. You also have a couple of other more subtle touches, like the leather steering column. When you add the leather steering column with the contrast stitch, it also adds that little bit of stitching around. I love the leather steering column. Anything that was plastic that you can wrap in leather, I always encourage doing. Also, the sun visors in this one are leather wrapped. Those typically would be a vinyl material, but leather wrapped on this one. And then the gear lever too was upgraded from just the standard one to the aluminum, kind of fancier looking and nicer feeling lever. So this is one where a lot of those, more indulgent luxury features were added, and it's awesome to see, especially on a turbo model when you're at the top of the range, to see those little subtle things that other manufacturers don't even give you the option to do. To have those boxes selected just makes for a really, really elegant, kind of fully executed concept, which I love in this example. Also the Porsche crest on the headrest in this one, and there was one other option that I'm forgetting in there. But yeah, lots of cool stuff. Very, very well optioned and well executed. The package looks great. It was the front axle lift that I wanted to mention. It has that too, which was a pricey option, so not everybody did it. But that allows you to just press the button and lift up your front axle if you're coming into a steep driveway, or maybe or leaving one, of course, depending on the parking lot you're in, or if there's a big speed bump and you want to scrape the front of the car. Just press that button within a few seconds. The front lifts up and makes it easy to get over without damaging anything. So lovely to see that on a pre-owned 911. And then of course, an important thing about this car too is next to no mileage. It has less than 9,500 kilometers on it right now. So a whole lot of life left in it for its next owner. And it comes with a pre-existing warranty extension as well. So this one will have warranty until August of 2024, and there's no kilometer limit on that. You also have the option to extend that even further and add another 2 years to that if you wanted to. So yeah, awesome car. Great opportunity. It's here, available now. When we're done shooting this video, we'll move it upstairs and it'll be on display in our showroom. So if you want to learn more, or if you want to come check it out in person, just give us a call or pay us a visit. Thanks very much for watching.